87%. Yeah, that's the percentage of all real estate agents that get in the business today that'll be gone in 2 years. Let me tell you something. Why is there so much turnover in real estate? Because it isn't easy. And because most people don't know exactly what they need to do to get to the next level. Now look, regardless of whether you're brand new to the industry or you're a team leader, you've got 40 people on your team and you just want to get to the next level. If you're doing 10 transactions a year, you want to get to 25. You're doing 500 transactions a year, you want to get to 1,000. You're at 1,000, you want to get to 10,000. Let me tell you something. You need the right coach. Why? Because Club Wealth is the only coaching company on the planet that will literally guarantee that you will double your income or make at least an extra $100,000 your first year coaching with us, or we will give you 100% of your investment back. This is for people of all levels. Click the link below, sign up for the appropriate tier level, and let's get you a strategy session today. And I promise you, I 100% guarantee you, promise you, that you will walk away with a heart full of gratitude for the time that we took for you, because you got so much value out of that call. Schedule your strategy session today. I promise you'll be glad you did.
Sign up for a strategy session at clubwealth.com/strategy session.
Here's what's going to happen, guys. Peter, see if that camera is working now. Is that gonna let you turn it on? There we go. All right, you can turn it off for a minute. There, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that sexy tie. Holy cow, you're dialed in, brother. I love it. All right. So here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to just tell you what we're going to be talking about today. Peter, you can go ahead and turn your camera off for just a minute. And once I get done introducing you, you can turn it back on. All right. So this is our social media success webinar. We're going to be talking about the 3 habits that you need to be in to be successful. We're going to talk about SEO. We're going to have a surprise guest speaker that's going to talk to us about lead generation. And we're going to talk a little bit about what you can get out of Club Wealth and out of this webinar. Here's the deal, though. This is not going to be a big sales pitch for Club Wealth, guys. This is literally just our opportunity to spend some time with you guys. We're going to go until, let's see, right now it's 9 o'clock. We're going to go for about 2 hours. We're going to be right at about 2 hours today. And you're going to want to take notes. We're going to go fast. We're going to have lots and lots and lots of information. And it's from the people that are doing it right now, that are having the most success with it right now. And so what I really want you to do is I want you to pay close attention. If you have not done so already, I want you to get into our Facebook group. Go to clubwealth.com. I'm sorry, go to facebook.com/groups/clubwealth. And if I could get Benjamin to put that link in the chat, it's going to be facebook.com/groups/Club Wealth. Go in there, get signed up for the Club Wealth Facebook group. It doesn't cost you anything. Got about 47,000 members in that group. And we just like to bring value. That's really what it comes down to. And I think you're going to find that today. Holy cow, we're already over 140 people on the webinar right now. Guys, what you're going to find out today is that we just like to bring a lot of value. Our goal for today's webinar is that we want you to be saying to yourself, oh my gosh, if they're willing to bring me that much value at no cost without me paying them a dime, I can't imagine what they would do if I was paying them. Guys, Club Wealth is the #1 coaching and consulting company in the team and brokerage space. We work with people that are solo agents as well. And at the end of the day, regardless of where you're at in your business, we can help you get to the next level, as we have for thousands and thousands and thousands of agents thus far. The speakers that we have today are all very successful real estate agents doing exactly what it is they're going to be teaching you, and they're doing it at a very high level. So here's the thing. I could keep talking, but I'm going to get us started early. I see we've got 100. I say early. I'm going to get us started right away. Originally, we were going to have Peter start at 9:10, but Peter, I'm going to have you start now. Peter's going to be talking about social media. Peter, why don't you go ahead and open up your camera and your microphone. Now, before I just turn you loose, Peter, I want to ask you a couple of quick questions. So by way of credibility, guys, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Michael Hellickson. I'm the owner and CEO of Club Wealth. As a real estate agent, I was the #1 real estate agent on planet Earth. I was consistently closing 120 to 180 transactions every month, and I was carrying anywhere from right around 750 listings in active and pending status at any given time. And so now I'm 100% fully focused on being a coach. This is what I do. I travel all over the country all the time. I do anywhere from 3 to 4 events per week, live events. These are half-day events all over the country. And then we do 2 big events every year. Our big event that's coming up next is April 23rd and 24th in Denver, Colorado. It's called our Listing Agent Bootcamp. Peter will be one of our speakers at that event. And let me tell you, it is phenomenal. It's an absolute amazing event. If you haven't been to one of our events yet, you need to. Those of you that have been to our events before, could you do me a favor? Type into the chat so everybody can see it. What are your thoughts about our big events? If you've been to a big event before, type it into your chat now. What do you think about our big events? Do you like them? Did you get value out of them? Why do you like them? What's so great about them? Type that in there. Help everybody understand that. Look at this. Look at all these comments in there. Holy cow. Thank you guys. I super appreciate that. All right, Peter Boutros, when you and I met, when you first started coaching with us, you had a full-time job outside of real estate. You were working for the government, if I remember correctly, and had this cushy govy job. I say cushy, it allowed you to kind of spend some time in real estate. And so you kind of were doing what we call dual career. We don't like to say that you were a part-time agent because, dual career is, I'm working 40 over here, I'm working 40 over there. Part-time is, I might be working a lot less over here. No, you were a dual career agent. And you and I had a conversation, and I'm sharing this with everybody because I want you guys to be able to relate with Peter. Peter, true or false? Were you a little nervous about the advice I gave you at that point in time?
Oh, 100%.
So tell everybody. So you had what, 2 years left before you could actually retire and take a pension out of your business, right? Out of your government job.
Yeah. I was 2 years left, and I would have gotten a full pension with free health insurance for myself and my whole family, only if I had stayed 2 extra years in that government job.
And so I told you, tell everybody what your take is on what I told you. What was the advice I gave you?
So you just made me think about it completely different. You're just like, Peter, let's do the math here. How much are you going to really make when you're 64? And how old are you again now? And at the time I was 34. I'm like, okay, so you got like about 30 years left, and you're waiting to get, what is it, $20,000 a year, and also free health insurance. And you just asked me a couple of questions, and we just worked the math backwards, and it just absolutely made me realize that it made no sense for me to stay.
So prior to leaving the Govy job, how many transactions a year were you doing?
Oh man, so I was actually doing, I would say somewhere between 20 to 28 transactions a year.
Okay, I'm writing this down. 20 to 28 units per year prior. And hold on, prior. Okay, and then once you quit the Govy job, how many transactions are you doing right now a year?
The year before we did 84. Last year we did 64. Yeah.
84. So you're doing somewhere between 64 and 84 transactions a year.
Yep.
Instead of 20 to 28 transactions a year by getting rid of that job. And what's your average sales price?
About 505.
505. Okay. So you're making easily, we're going to call it 25. I don't have my calculator on me, so I'm just going to do the math in my head. But long story short, on that delta of, let's call it easily 40 transactions. So you're making, holy cow, hold on, 25,000 on 4 would be 100, on 40 would be, is that $1 million in commissions? No, my math's wrong there. That can't be right. On 4 transactions, that would be 25, $100,000 on 40. That is $1 million in difference. Am I right about that? You made an extra $1 million in gross commission income above and beyond what you were making when you were in your full. Did I get that right?
Something like that.
Dude, that's insanity. Like, you start doing those freaking numbers. Dude, why were you in that job? I love this. Okay, so my whole point is this, guys. This is a guy that took a leap, right? And I remember your wife's reaction. She was, let's just say, very, very cautiously optimistic. She seemed really nervous about it at the time, but she had a lot of confidence in you. She trusted in you. And that's right, Paul Perone mentioned that you had just had a baby at that point in time. You just had your first kid, a lot of trepidation, but you guys took the leap of faith. You went out there and you freaking crushed it, and you increased your income by almost, somewhere in the neighborhood of $1 million a year by taking that chance and by trusting in yourself. And since then, you have really started to nail social media. And so, Peter, that's what you're going to be talking to us about. And so I'm going to turn my camera off. And without any further ado, guys, I want you guys to listen to Peter. Peter, I'm going to give you exactly until 9:37. So you have 27 minutes from right now. And guys, you need to listen to Peter. This guy knows what he's talking about. And if he can do it, you can do it. Remember, you saw that in the video earlier. For those of you that were on early, you saw that little snippet from The Edge with Anthony Hopkins where they say, what one man can do, another can do. And let me tell you something. What one man can do, another can do. Peter can do it. You can do it. Peter, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Michael. Really appreciate it, and appreciate Club Wealth for getting me here. So thanks, guys, for watching. My name is Peter Boutros. I'm based out of Fairwood, New Jersey. So we cover pretty much the North Jersey and Central New Jersey, so closest to the city. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about social media and the importance of social media for real estate agents altogether. Okay, so just to give you a quick background, when I first started in real estate, I didn't know where to get business from. I did not have a mentor. I didn't have anybody to tell me what to do. And eventually I got into Club Wealth, and then they actually guided me to the right direction. So when I first started, I was trying to find ways to get my business going. And obviously I was calling my sphere. I was posting a lot on social media. And one of the things that I started doing very early on was actually going to business owners and just taking my video camera there and just asking them to see if they would be open to do an interview with me, just so I can get them more clients or just get them to or help them with their business altogether. And this was kind of the start of my social media journey altogether, or doing videos. So today we're going to be talking a lot about this. So we're going to be talking about why you should be doing video and what's content and what's video. I'm going to be focusing a lot more on video versus social media altogether. And then we'll dive a little bit and we'll talk a little bit about social media. Importance of social media and why you should be using it in your business right now. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about content and video. Now, the power of video is huge, guys. I mean, people have been talking about video for a very long time. You know, if you haven't started doing video yet, I wouldn't say that you're late to the game, but you should definitely start. It's never too late to start, right? And we're also going to talk about how often you should be posting videos on social media altogether, and what is the strategy behind that? What should you be posting, and then what should you be saying in your videos, and how will that impact your business overall? Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the importance of social media. So as you guys know, or some of you don't know this, but there's about 4.9 billion people on social media right now, right? So think about that. You can reach so many different people in different areas altogether with just one single video. Isn't it amazing? Like, how long will it take you to reach about 200 to 500 people in a day or in a week, right? How many cold calls will you have to do in order for you to reach just 200 people? How many cold calls do you have to do to reach 500 people, right? You're not going to reach all 4.9 billion people on social media, but you will reach a percentage of that. And with the right strategy, you can reach a larger percentage over time, right? Why is social media important? Again, it can also be a very cheap source of generating leads or nurturing leads. And on top of that, it's free. Like, if you utilize it correctly, you can get free leads from it, and you can also nurture your leads for free from it as well, right? You will be able to, again, reach more people than just cold calling or other lead generation tools. Okay, so that's why we want to do social media. That's why we want to focus a little bit or strategize and using social media. Now, I will tell you, most people in this world use social media as a consumer. So what does that mean? So you're scrolling down social media and you're viewing videos, you're viewing posts, and you're viewing somebody else's content overall. So I want you guys to think a little bit differently now. How can you be the creator? How can you be the one to put stuff out there or content out there so other people can consume it? And this is what I want you guys to shift the utilization of social media altogether. Use it as a creator where you can get other people to actually consume your content, and stop consuming other people's content unless it's obviously beneficial to your business. Social media can be a very big time waster, especially in our business. But if you use it correctly and you time block for it appropriately, then you can definitely increase the type of business that you have right now. Okay. So again, what to expect as far as video. So video marketing overall has two purposes. Okay. The purpose number one is attention. You're going to get attention from people that are watching your video. And the other one is to stay on top of mind. Think of it as a billboard. When you are, for those that are advertising on billboards right now, sometimes you're not going to be able to track where that lead source came directly from. But it provides attention, right? So when somebody sees your content and sees your name and brand over and over again, what's going to happen is that they're going to start recognizing you. Now they're gonna see that this person, this agent, I've seen them, like they're everywhere, right? And I've gotten this before. Like I walked into some people's home for a listing appointment and they're like, you look very familiar. We see you everywhere. Or sometimes you walk down to the grocery store and it's just the same thing happens, right? And then on top of that, if you are doing this correctly, you should be adding all your clients and all your leads on social media as well. And if you're continuing to post on video, you're going to be staying on top of mind. So this way they can come back to you when they are ready to buy or sell again from you or recommend you to someone else, right? You will be viewed as the local expert if you are providing content that is local to your specific area. And if you're using the right hashtags and locations all together, you will become that local expert. Well, now somebody needs information about a local restaurant or a handyman. They will go to you before they go to anyone else because they think now that you are the expert in that area. Okay. So you will also be able to nurture your leads and generate leads from doing video marketing for free or for very cheap by doing retargeting or boosting that video or creating ads with that. Okay. And then we again talked about staying on top of mind, of course, right? So how do you create content, right? So what I recommend, and this is what I do personally, is block only 2 to 4 hours once a month and shoot all your videos at once, right? You don't have to be thinking every single day, hey, what am I going to be talking about today? Oh, now I don't have time where I'm running around on appointments and I'm making calls. I don't have time to do videos. But if you just book it on your calendar now or from the beginning of the month and have it recurring, and every day, let's say on a Saturday or a Sunday, whatever that day is for you that works for you, just block only 2 hours and think about all the videos and try to shoot them all together at once. Now you should have enough videos to be able to post for about a 30-day period. And that's what I usually do. I'll just batch videos for 30 days at a time. And now I have it so I can post it over the next 30 days or so, right? Whenever you get asked a question by a client or you see an article that somebody talks to you about or whatever it is, that should be a trigger to create a video behind it. Hey, like somebody asks you about inspections or specific problems that you ran into in a deal that you just had. Make a video about that so you can share with other people that are following you already or reach more people with it. And now people are gonna find you as as a local expert, right? Another great tool that I've been using a lot here is Answer the Public. Now go to this website here, clubwealth.com/answer the public. And what that website does is you can find trending topics that are people searching for or on Google right now. So if you go on that website and just type in just the keyword real estate in your specific area or just real estate altogether, you will see what people are searching for or what has had the top hits for in the last 30 days or so. And this way you can create topics or videos about it. Okay. And one of my favorite tools that just went crazy in the last year is ChatGPT. ChatGPT can actually provide you with ideas and scripts for all your videos. It's never been easier to create scripts or find content ideas by using AI tools like that. So there shouldn't be any excuse of not knowing what to do or what to say on video altogether. So let's talk a little bit about some tools that I use to help me with shoot videos. First of all, guys, just want to tell you something. Don't make it complicated, right? Just start with your phone, start with very cheap equipment, you don't have to go spend thousands of dollars on high-end equipment, which I know a lot of people end up doing and think they have to buy that $3,000 camera and that, $500 mic or light or all these lighting, and then they end up not using it. When I first started, I just started with my phone, and that's what I would recommend you do before buying anything altogether. Because the first thing that you want to do, you want to be able to do this consistently over time, right? And then once you become good at it and consistent at it, then at that point, then you can maybe invest in other tools. But in the beginning, you want to make sure that you're consistent with it, and then after that, buy like equipment to help you get better quality. But everyone should definitely have good quality sound in their video, especially if you're recording in an area that has a lot of traffic or it's noisy or whatever it is. So get an entry-level mic like this. I shared a screenshot of it here. It's very cheap. It's not expensive, and it can just plug in into your phone, and you can just record right there from it. Okay. Lighting is very important when it comes to video. The quality of it is gonna be much better if you do have lighting in place or good lighting. If your office or the area that you're in already has good lighting, you don't need to buy any lighting equipment. But if you don't have good lighting, I'd definitely recommend you guys get something like this, or even there are cheaper options as well to help you create better looking videos. Okay. And then as far as camera, I'm not going to talk about any specific cameras right now because I want you all to start doing it first before buying anything expensive. So go ahead and start doing it with your phone. Your phones now these days have very good quality camera that you can just use and post right on social media, and it will be just as good as anything else out there. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about editing tools when it comes to editing your videos. Okay. Everyone should start with the native apps, such as, Instagram Reels has a really good editing tool. TikTok or YouTube Shorts, they all have good editing tool within it. And what I found out actually is that when you use their, actual editing platforms, sometimes these platforms end up getting you more views organically because you use their native editing tools. Okay, so try that first before trying to buy any fancy editing tools. Definitely have captions on every video that you post out there. I think there was a statistics where it was like, I think over 70% of videos are watched without the sound on. So when people are scrolling down, you want to try to grab their attention really quick by having some captions that are engaging and also a good hook when you first start your video, so people can stop scrolling and can actually see what the video is about. If your caption is eye-catching, they will stop scrolling and they will start listening to what you're saying and probably put the sound on. So that tool, Captions app, is actually really nice, and it creates effects within your video and it transcribes all the videos. Also, TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, they can transcribe now the video within the native app as well. Now, once you become more advanced, what I do now is, since we do put a lot of content out and I'm trying to maximize my time, I do have a VA that edits my videos now and posts them for me. But in the beginning, again, like I was doing this for years before hiring anybody at all. So in the beginning, just do it yourself, block it out, and you can use a scheduling tool to schedule all your videos to be posted all throughout the month where you don't even have to think about it. Okay. Now remember, it just only takes a couple of hours and then you'll be good. Scheduling, again, we block it on your calendar, stay consistent with it. And when I say block it on your calendar, block the content day that you're going to be posting, and then also figure out what are the best times to post for the specific channel that you're going to be posting. So some channels will tell you, hey, the best time to post is, at 6 p.m. during the week. And some other channels will be 9 a.m. during the week. So figure out what is the best time for that specific channel and use that to be able to get in front of more people. Okay. The biggest thing again is going to be to stay consistent with it. Okay. A little bit more on video, and this is the last two is more advanced. So most videos now are shot vertically. So don't do horizontal videos, do vertical videos, because most of the social media platforms are pushing for that a lot more now. So obviously you have the YouTube Shorts, that you have the TikTok, you have the Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels. All these are shot vertically. So try to get more of that, and then try to keep it under a minute. Actually 30 seconds is probably going to be the sweet spot. Once you find a video that's getting a lot of engagement and views, what you can do after a week or two, you can figure out what videos are getting a lot of engagement and use that to retarget your existing database within your CRM. Now, this is a little bit more advanced. We can probably do another class on that at some point, but you can easily take all your clients in your CRM right now and put them into Facebook. If you have an email for them, a phone number, and a name, and then you can have Facebook only retarget these specific people. Now you're going to stay consistent on top of mind in front of these people, and then you will start getting people that already close with you that are actually commenting on your video, or even better, saying something like, hey, we bought a house 3 years ago. Can you come by and give me an idea what my home is worth? I've had this happen several times, guys, just by using videos and retargeting. And the crazy part is, I had somebody, so again, you guys know I'm from New Jersey. I had somebody from Florida ask me for a CMA just by watching one of my videos. And we typically get a couple of leads a week at least, or people that are raising their hands that are already in their CRM just from doing these videos. So that's how powerful video is, okay? One of the most important things about social media altogether is to engage with your existing followers, because this is how you get more views overall. It has to be a two-way street. So in order for you to get more views, you also have to engage with your current followers. Try to like their stuff. Also comment on their posts. This way your videos or your posts will also show up on their feed, okay? Quickly, I know we're running out of time here. Here are some examples of videos everybody should be posting. Anytime you do a closing, guys, ask for your clients for a review, and on top of that, do a video testimonial with them. And this is a great retargeting tool that I usually use, and I have a landing page now. Before I go on any appointment, especially when it comes to a listing appointment, you just ask the seller, hey, it was great working with you today. Would you be opposed to just doing a quick 30-second testimonial video with me, and just to give me your experience, just so I can show other clients how your experience have been? Okay. Listing videos are great. Whenever you have a listing video, everybody should be doing a reel. You don't have to hire an expensive videographer to do that. You can do that easily within your phone, and within editing app, within social media, you can create really cool effects and you'll reach a lot more people. Local highlights is also great. Restaurants, bars, coffee shops, whatever it is, local restaurants, it will make you look like the local expert. Questions or situations that you run into from clients, we talked about this. Market updates is great. Talk about how the market is doing in your specific city or area, what's pending, what sold, what is the percent of list to sold ratio, behind the scene of everything that you're doing every day. And this is really cool. That's been getting a lot of engagement. Actually, in the native Instagram app and a Reel app, there is a green screen option where you can take an article and have it scroll behind you, and you can minimize or make your face a lot smaller behind in front of that article, and talk about your opinion about that specific news that came out. Let's say the rates drop. Have that article pulled up, do a record screen within your phone, and then have that green screen and have that video slide up while you talk about it. You'll get way more engagement when you use tools like that within your social media platform. Important suggestions, and this is very important, guys. I know I talked a lot about video today, but just remember, please, this does not replace your other lead generation sources, like making phone calls and follow-up. This is in addition to doing everything that you're already doing. This is not an excuse to stop making your calls. This is not an excuse to not to door knock or not to do open houses. This actually helps everything else that you're doing in place already. Again, engage with people, build videos on landing pages and drip campaigns in your CRM. And also, do not get discouraged if you're only getting a few hundred views on your social media. Look, again, we talked about this. How long is it going to take you to get 400 or 500 views on a video, or 100 views on a video? That's still a great win. Just because you didn't get thousands or millions of views, that doesn't mean that video did not work. Okay? The biggest thing is just to keep doing it. Thank you, guys. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to take a look at the chat here really quick. Let me see how I can pause share.
I got you, Peter. All right, so let's do this. First of all, let's shut down your screen share really quick. Let's get rid of that so we can see the cameras. There we go. Good stuff. All right. So I've been writing down, I've been following the questions in the chat, and we've got some questions in the Q&A. So to reward those that put their questions in the Q&A, we're going to start with you guys first. Then I'm going to go into the ones from the chat. But again, guys, when you have questions, please type them into the Q&A. That'll make it easier for everybody. And Ritzel Damsgaard, I hope I said that correctly, asks, how about videos with only animated static images? Are they also effective?
Animated static images. So I want the videos to be like, I want my face to be in the videos as much as possible. I don't want anything generic. I don't want anything that is, out there that's very generic, because I want to be able to get in front of people. I want my face to be recognizable to other people. So my recommendation is always have a video of yourself talking about something. Don't use these free tools where it's just going to create a free video for you.
Yep. I love that. And by the way, one of the things that I'll also say about your content, Peter, is that it's not just business related. You've got a lot of personal content. Like the other day, I saw a video of you working out, and hey, it's not lost on me that, you got big guns. And so because you got big guns, I'm sure you got a lot of ladies checking out that post. Maybe a couple of guys too, you never know. But at the end of the day, what it was it was personal. And because it was personal, people engaged with it. And I like how you talked about the importance of engaging with your audience, and specific. I'll give you guys an example. Recently, I just started a new Facebook group for Leavenworth. It's called Leavenworth Bavarian Village. If you guys want to, you can join that. You can see what I'm doing in there. It's just Leavenworth Bavarian Village. It's a Facebook group. And what I've been doing is every time people comment on stuff, I'm responding to their comments, right? And I'm asking them questions. And that's another big key here, guys. Always, you want to do what's called, write this down, extend the conversation. Extend the conversation. And the way you do that is you ask questions and you get them to engage deeper with you by asking them more open-ended questions that they can leave bigger and more questions or more answers to. All right. Peter, another question for you is this, actually, I'll field this one. Is this deck going to be sent to us for reference? Here's what I'm going to do. For those of you that are in New York, we have coming up, we've got 4 different live events coming up in New York. We've got Melview, New York. We got Allentown, Pennsylvania, South Brunswick, New Jersey, and then Columbus, Ohio. Those are our next 4 events coming up. That's March 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. For those of you that come to those events, I'm going to bring you a link that you can get the PowerPoints from today right there. And for those of you that opt in, I'm going to give you an opportunity to opt in at the very end of today. For those of you that opt in, I will give you an ability to get the PowerPoints from today as well. All right, so Courtney Warden asks, and Courtney is one of our coaching clients and amazing agent. Courtney says, would love to learn on that targeting in the future. Love it. So Peter, you're teaching this class or a social media class at Listing Agent Bootcamp, if I'm right, is that correct?
Yes.
And you'll have 45 minutes at that class. Will you be covering a little bit more in detail exactly how to do the targeting and the retargeting?
Yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to talk a little bit more about retargeting in that class.
Perfect. Okay. So Courtney, that'll be happening at Listing Agent Bootcamp. I know you're going to be there. And so make sure you go to Peter's class at Listing Agent Bootcamp. That's coming up April 23rd and 24th in Denver, Colorado. I'll tell you guys at the end of today how you can get tickets to that if you're interested. All right, we're going to go to Lisa Dillon asks, I had an issue logging in and finally just got in. Can I get the recording of the first 30 minutes? The short answer is we don't know. We'll see. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And I know we've got a lot of people. We got 245 people on right now, and we've got a lot of people that have been adding on as we've been going here. So I can't promise that we'll be able to post that video, but we'll do the best we can. Tara asks, after you create a video, Peter, should you post it to all social media platforms on the same day, or should you break it up and spread it out, like post it on Facebook today, Instagram next week, that kind of thing?
I think we should post it all on the same day. If you want to get really advanced with it, look at the social media algorithm. Every social media will tell you who from your followers are most active on what specific days and specific times, and use that time and day to post on that social media platform.
Okay, and that was one of the questions too, is how do we do that? But every social media platform is different. We don't have time to go into detail on exactly how to check the algorithm on that. Those of you that are in coaching with us, ask your coach. If your coach doesn't know how to do it, then we will get Peter or one of our other social media experts on a call with you and your coach. We'll walk you both through it at the same time to make sure that you guys have that information. It's very easy to do though. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's super easy to do. All right. And so thank you that, Peter. That's good stuff. Let's go to Miguel Sevilla asks, and by the way, guys, when you ask your questions, tell us where you're from. We'd like to mention where you're from as well. Miguel asks, do you keep in mind the 80-20 ratio for your videos? So 80% personal, 20% video, or are you doing something different?
Yeah, I do try to keep it in mind that sometimes it does get hard, especially that I have somebody that's posting my videos all the time. But that's correct. You should definitely be putting a lot more. Yeah, I mean, you should have that ratio in mind overall. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I just try to post as much as possible and create content as much as possible. And the biggest thing is really the engagement part. Like whenever you see your video views or engagement goes down, remember to start engaging with other people too.
Love it. I love it. All right, good stuff. I've got time. By the way, guys, don't forget to put your questions in the Q&A and not in the chat, because if they're in the Q&A, we're going to get to them. I may not get to them if they're in the chat. And we've only got one more minute here with Peter because we got to stay on track today. So Joanna, and then we're going to go to our next speaker in just a second. Joanna asks, is there a difference in using business page versus personal page? I currently have both, but I have more followers on my business page.
Yeah, so Michael, you actually taught us this before, so everybody should be doing both, but on the personal page, you should have this, what is it, a creator tool, the option. You want to go into that, Michael, a little bit?
You just want to become a digital creator if you can. Like ideally, you want to be a digital creator because that allows you to run ads from your personal page, and people are more likely to engage with you. Even though you've got more followers on your business page right now, people are much more likely to engage with you on your personal page than they will on your business page. The problem with a lot of real estate agents is they say, oh, but I want to separate my business and my personal. Then you don't get it. This is social freaking media. It needs to be social in nature. People want to get to know you, right? People don't get on my business page and engage with me at a high level. People get into my personal page. They send me personal messages. They comment on my personal stuff. Guys, I'm telling you, you've got to get personal people. Give them a backstage pass to your life. Peter, go ahead.
Yeah, something to think too about Facebook business page. Facebook is not gonna show your content organically to people that are liking your page, because Facebook wants you to pay for anything that you post on your Facebook page, right? So you definitely want to use your Facebook personal page. You want to use your Instagram, and then and also you can have actually an option that anytime you post something on Instagram, it automatically goes to Facebook and vice versa. And that's what I do. I post it on Instagram and then automatically post on Facebook at the same time.
87%. Yeah, that's the percentage of all real estate agents that get in the business today that'll be gone in 2 years. Let me tell you something. Why is there so much turnover in real estate? Because it isn't easy. And because most people don't know exactly what they need to do to get to the next level. Now look, regardless of whether you're brand new to the industry or you're a team leader, you've got 40 people on your team and you just want to get to the next level. If you're doing 10 transactions a year, you want to get to 25. You're doing 500 transactions a year, you want to get to 1,000. You're at 1,000, you want to get to 10,000. Let me tell you something. You need the right coach. Why? Because Club Wealth is the only coaching company on the planet that will literally guarantee that you will double your income or make at least an extra $100,000 your first year coaching with us, or we will give you 100% of your investment back. This is for people of all levels. Click the link below, sign up for the appropriate tier level, and let's get you a strategy session today. And I promise you, I 100% guarantee you, promise you, that you will walk away with a heart full of gratitude for the time that we took for you, because you got so much value out of that call. Schedule your strategy session today. I promise you'll be glad you did.
Sign up for a strategy session at clubwealth.com/strategy session.